Masterpiece tonight for the Knicks against Memphis. A season-high 20 steals. They forced a season-high 26 turnovers. Mikal Bridges was fantastic with 28 points. Jalen Brunson only had to play 25 minutes to score his 20. The Knicks bench recorded 52 points. Deuce McBride had 14 of those and 52 points, the best performance by the Knicks bench all year. And they win by 37, 143 to 106. Lots to celebrate. It's the Knicks' biggest margin of victory all season long. Bill Pito, along with Wally Szczerbiak, if there is a game to frame and put it into the lab to keep watching over and over, this has got to be it. I mean, this was fantastic all game long on both ends of the court.
It shows the potential of this team. This team has championship caliber DNA when they put it together on both ends of the floor. This is why the Knicks went out and made the moves they did, locked up OG Anunoby, went and gave up a lot of draft picks for Mikal Bridges, and went and made the trade for Karl Anthony Towns, because these are elite all-star caliber players at every single position in the Knicks starting lineup. And then you get a bench that's starting to come together, that's starting to have cohesion, starting to play with chemistry, and this team is no fun to play against, and they're starting to figure out how to really blow out really good teams. This was a good team I was worried about coming into the Garden here tonight. I was really excited for this game because I love this Memphis roster, love the way they play, and the Knicks completely blew them out of the water.
Memphis had won 6 in a row. They're third overall in the West. They average 124 points a game, most in the league, and the Knicks held them to 106, and the Knicks blew it wide open in the second half. 83 points in the second half total, their best half of the year, and it all started in the third quarter.
That is crazy. 83 points, 41 in the third quarter, 42 in the third quarter, and 41 in the fourth. Everyone getting into the act. The ball movement has just been astounding this season. 32 assists as a team. Karl Anthony Towns, when he puts the ball on the floor, he is so dynamic, taking the ball to the basket, showing off that left-hand finish. Bridges in transition was tremendous. I thought the Grizzlies did not play well. They were throwing the ball all over Madison Square Garden, to the Knicks a lot also. But part of it is the Knicks' suffocating defense. Jalen Brunson, 4 fouls in the first half. Hacking and whacking, but still getting his 20. JB, nice little performance against Ja Morant, the battle of two all-star point guards. My matchup to watch, and Jalen Brunson takes home the victory.
Again, 26 turnovers for Memphis. That's the most the Knicks opponent has committed all year. Note the fast break points. Pre-game, we talked about Memphis being number one in the league in pace. Look at the advantage in terms of fast break points for the Knicks. A lot of that had to do with the turnovers. And again, the bench went for 52 tonight. Joined now by Precious Achiuwa. Precious, thanks for dropping by. Congrats on a great game. You guys just blew out one of the top teams in the NBA by 37 points. What's the significance of this win to you?
I mean, it's just everybody came out understanding what the goal was. You know, we got to continue to build. We understand we have a goal, and we just got to continue to build to reach our goals and play the right way every day. Understanding they're a very tough team. You know, we had to come out there, play the right way, and, you know, everybody, you know, put together, and, you know, that was the result today.
You guys forced a season-high 26 turnovers. You recorded a season-high 20 steals. What was the key to defending them the way you guys were able to defend them? I
mean, just, you know, using our left and athleticism, you know, playing long in the passing lanes and just, you know, being disruptive with our hands and showing bodies and all that kind of stuff. You know, that was the key to our defensive success today.
You were part of a bench effort that put up 52 points. It's the most points the bench has scored all year. Why were you guys so successful tonight?
I think it just goes to show how talented and ready our bench is. I think we're a very talented group of guys, and today just is a great example of that.
Precious, thanks for dropping by, and congrats on a great game.
Thank you. Thank you, guys.
All right, well, let's go over this defense again. 20 steals, they forced 26 turnovers, and that all led to 36 points for the Knicks.
Yeah, that's what happens. You know, when you get a team that's not organized on the defensive end of the floor and you're running it right up their throats, plays like this happen. Electrifying, big-time Euro step dunk for Precious Achiuwa. How about Deuce McBride showing the 1-foot hops? Then later in the game, he had a nice flush off 2 feet where he's posterizing people Precious Achiuwa, perfect fit. I've said it all along with Tom Thibodeau. He can play small. He can play big. When he gets into the game with that second unit, he can also stay out there with some of the starters. He gives the team a lot of versatility defensively. His athleticism, his mobility. Josh Hart there in transition, the easy finish. This was just an OG Anunoby theft fest.
6 steals for OG.
6 steals for OG Anunoby, getting the fast break started. Precious Achiuwa in as athletic. And remember, Precious Achiuwa played college basketball for the Memphis Tigers, so maybe a little bit of extra for him. And you know, Campaign's going to be talking smack. He's going to be getting the Garden crowd going. That was just an overall fun game. This team looks fresh. This team looks healthy. After that 3-game rest, I really think that benefited the Knicks big time. And they're beating some good basketball teams, and they have another big challenge coming up on Wednesday against the Denver Nuggets.
Knicks have now won 4 in a row. As we now say hello to Monica McNutt. She helped call the game on the radio on ESPN New York. Wow, Monica, what a game for the Knicks. All over, the lineup, up and down, both ends of the court, everything perfect tonight.
That was a lot of fun. And Tyler, my terrific radio partner, Tyler Murray, is on a quest for a signature game, you guys. I still tend to think Denver, earlier in the season in Denver, but I will say, to your point, Pito, in terms of command on both sides of the floor, I mean, that was just fantastic. 36 points off turnovers, 50 points out of your bench. I mean, this team looks fresh. We already know how impactful the three-point shooting is in terms of wins and losses, but even the defense tonight, like, just locked in on the total game plan. That was a lot of fun.
Monica, I got to go with tonight over Denver because those early season ones, you don't know what you got yet. Knicks were coming together. It just kind of happened. But this was one I was eyeing. Memphis coming into town, got to get the win, and they dominated. What do you think about the bench play? They were just outstanding again, and they put together a couple games now of great play.
And I think that, to me, Wally, is going to be so important, right? Off the 3 days of rest, still fresh. In particular, this 5-game stretch at home has an opportunity to bring some eyeballs back to this team in terms of what the potential is for this roster. But I think whether or not the rest of the 3 games in this particular stand go well or not, of course you hope that they are all wins. The statement in terms of being able to trust the bench guys, that they can add, that they can come in and they can show their versatility. Precious Achiuwa, as of late, has been so active on both sides of the floor. It's been great to see. It's wonderful to see Deuce McBride getting back to some of the prolific three-point shooting that we're accustomed to from him. And Cameron Payne, to me, as a floor general, understanding pushing pace, when and how, even better as he continues to get to know his teammates in Knicks uniforms. Like, all of that is, to me, that are going to be all of that is important things that are going to be important deposits down the stretch of the season and into the postseason.
Monica, we frame this 5-game homestand now 2 games into the 5 against really good teams. They've beaten Sacramento, they win big tonight, and then Denver comes to town, then it's the Lakers, and then Houston. What do you expect on a Wednesday night when Nikola Jokic and company come here?
So, to Wally's point, the matchup earlier in Denver, I would say that team probably looks a little different now in terms of being able to gel together. Obviously, Russell Westbrook and Nikola Jokic, their ability to put up triple-double stats, similar to what we've seen from Josh Hart. But I think the biggest thing, though, is that this team still looks fresh. You were able to get your starters off the floor for most of the, well, Jalen and Cat in particular, but you're able to get guys that are playing big minutes off the floor in the fourth quarter so that they can be energized for a matchup against a very, very formidable Denver Nuggets squad. So it's going to be important to make Nikola Jokic uncomfortable. That's where it starts. But then the speed that they now play with Russell Westbrook having a terrific season is also going to be important. So this is a big one in terms of this team's defense.
Monica, to your point, Mikal Bridges played the most of any Knicks starter, 33-37.
That's nice.
So they didn't have to expend a lot of energy in this blowout win over Memphis.